Focus, a weekly program about important issues and events in the two Virginias.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of In Focus. This morning, we are putting the spotlight on the first Rock the Clubhouse benefit concert, dinner, and auction. It's happening coming up on Monday, August 15th in Hinton at the Willowood Country Club. It's set from 6 o'clock until 9 p.m. Joining me now to share more information is Rihanna Jackson. And Rihanna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what would you like to share with the viewers about this event? It's the first time it's being held there in Hinton. So what is it all about?
Well, my husband, first off, is a retired soldier. So, you know, I know what it is to be a military wife. Like, I know that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've led it at multiple...
You've lived it.
Yeah, duty stations. And I have multiple friends who are not only spouses, but they are also, you know, the soldier themselves or the Marine themselves or were. And I know, you know, what it means to do that every day. And they don't really get the thank you that they deserve. Because, I mean, they're our first line of defense. You know, our military, our, you know, EMTs, our firefighters, our police officers, they are our first line of defense. And not every day do they get to hear a thank you for what you do.
Right, just simple gratitude for like, hey, I appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, because, I mean, most people don't realize it, but those are our groups that fall into our low-income families. Believe it or not. And it's hard to believe that someone who is an active duty soldier, a firefighter, an EMT, a police officer could actually fall into that category. It's sad to think that, but it is reality. So we just wanted to take one night to celebrate them and say thank you for what you do.
And that's such a nice gesture and a way to give back to those soldiers, first responders, you name it. So what can folks expect? This is a 3-hour event, again, happening Monday night in Hinton at the Willowood Country Club, and that's at 171 Elks Drive in Hinton. So if folks are coming out, what can they expect that evening?
Well, it is actually a nonprofit that is hosting it. It is the Henry A. Gentry Foundational Corps. And we are no affiliation to the Hinton Elks whatsoever, but we will be having the event there at the Willowood, but we are no affiliation to them. We have partnered with Mission Barbecue, so they are going to be our food sponsor for that evening. We've partnered with Pepsi of Princeton. They will be our beverage sponsor for that evening. And that evening, for $25 plus 5 canned goods, our veterans, first responders, our EMTs, active duty, and doctors and nurses fall under first responders, because I know sometimes they're not always considered that, but when that ambulance hits that emergency room, who's standing there? Right. Those nurses and doctors, they are your first line of defense. So they count for us as first responders. So they fall into that category for ticket pricing. So for $25 plus 5 canned goods, they will get to come. They will have a catered dinner by Mission Barbecue. Nice. They will get to see Chucky Ray Lilly of the Chucky Ray Lilly Band perform. They will get to see retired Command Sergeant Major Lamont Christian of the Army guest speak. They will also get free raffles, because we have a bunch of free raffles for them. And they'll also get to bid on an auction that evening.
Oh, that's so wonderful. How did the idea come about? Was it some people, you know, thinking, and you mentioned it's a nonprofit too, but was it a group of people that said, you know what, we really need to do something to give back to those who put their lives on the line of defense for us?
Well, the idea actually started, my father passed away in March, and we started, me, my family, and friends, we got together and we started the nonprofit, because my father, he had left a legacy of love and kindness behind. He was always giving back to everyone. He worked for Safeway. He did Easter seals. He was constantly donating to the community. He was always there for every event for my husband during his military career. Every deployment he came home, every deployment he left, every promotion. I mean, he was my husband's biggest fan. Wow. So we wanted to carry on that legacy. So that is how our nonprofit got started. And we thought about what was a way to celebrate them and give them an evening. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, I remember when I was a military wife, having 4 children and my husband being our sole provider, there was not many places we could go for $25 a person plus 5 canned goods.
True.
And see a concert and get a
your
catered
food.
dinner, get free raffles, you know, get to bid on an auction and get to hear a guest speaker. There was nowhere, like nowhere. So that's how the idea came about. And then from there, it just blossomed into what it is now.
Well, it sounds like your dad was just the type of guy who led by example, right?
Yes.
He didn't just say it, he did it.
Yeah.
And this is just another great way to give back to the community. And why do you think it's important to have this event right in Hinton in Summers County?
Well, my father, he was a resident of Summers County, and when my husband retired out of the military, we moved back here so we could be closer. And with him just passing and this being here where he was last at, we thought, what the best, you know, location to start. And plus my husband is originally born and raised from Summers County, West Virginia.
Yeah, and there's a lot of veterans here in southern West Virginia.
Yes.
So this is open to folks from all over, right? They can come from Mercer County, Raleigh, Fayette, wherever. They can come to Hinton on Monday night and just enjoy a lovely evening. And you mentioned Chucky Ray Lilly is going to be there.
Yes, he is going to be performing.
Rihanna, he's fantastic. We interviewed him for In Focus. He and his band, Chucky Ray Lilly and the Grip, they opened for Martina McBride in Charleston. So that's great that a local musician is going to be opening as well and performing.
Yes, we were truly honored that he, you know, was willing to come out and do this, and he's doing a private show that evening because we are limited to 100 tickets that evening. So it's just awesome that he's going to be able to come out and do that. And Command Sergeant Major, he's coming from South Carolina for this.
Wonderful.
So this is truly a night to celebrate our veterans, our active duty, our first responders, our EMTs. I mean, it's just truly, truly a wonderful event.
And again, $25 plus 5 canned goods.
Yes.
Where do those canned goods go?
Well, there is Pastor Idlings at the 3rd Avenue Soup Kitchen, and he is constantly in need of donations. So we wanted to be able to give him a little bit to help him out, to, you know, ease his burden just a little bit. And all proceeds from this event will be going to the Big Red Barn Retreat for Veterans, where veterans can go and get mental health care that they cannot receive at the VA. It's free of charge. No veteran is denied. It is all donation-based, and they receive 1 federal grant. Also, the other proceeds will be going to give backpacks to the children in Summers County.
Wonderful.
Because our babies need that as well. And you're always hearing about the big programs in Mercer, Raleigh, you know, Greenbrier. And yes, we love those counties, but it's time for our babies to get a little bit of a spotlight for once.
Well, and that's wonderful that this goes back to help veterans in need and also those kids who need the backpacks as school is set to start here very soon.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, Rihanna, we have to take a quick break. We have more to talk about. We'll be right back after this. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to this edition of In Focus. This morning, we're talking about an event coming up Monday night from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be held at the Willowood Country Club. That's at 171 Elks Drive in Hinton. And the event is really set to honor first responders, veterans, those who have served. But Rihanna, is it open to anyone who wants to come out and just take part and enjoy it? Yes, it is. We have those tickets available for purchase as well. So they can come out and view the concert and everything. The only thing is our free raffles are just for our veterans, first responders. Like, we've got some really cool, like Grand Home Furnishings, they gave us a Lazy Boy. Wonderful. That we're going to give away at one of our free raffles. Yes, Grand Home Furnishings of Beckley. Derek Blevins and them, they are phenomenal. Calvin Brawler Jewelers, they gave us a beautiful necklace. And I was truly, I have to say about Calvin Brawler Jewelers, I was truly honored because
we were going to do a golf tournament, and we had to cancel due to weather. And they do a huge golf tournament up at the Glade Springs. But when I went to them and asked them if they would be willing to donate, they were like, yes. I mean, no hesitation. So I was super honored that they would do that, you know, having their own golf tournament, and I was asking them for a golf tournament donation. So I was truly honored, and they gave me the most beautiful necklace. It's the heart of West Virginia. So I was truly, I was really happy about that. And also West Virginia Motorsports in Princeton, they donated us this Bluetooth, I believe it's a radio speaker.
Oh, neat.
Yes. So there's a bunch of different things. We have a stained glass package, a party light package. I mean, there's so many different things because they're gonna get free raffles, and then the auction is open to everyone. So everyone who comes can bid on the auction.
And what does it mean to you to see the community step up and business owners in this way with the Lazy Boy, the necklace, and these other items that have been donated for the raffle? Oh,
it truly, I feel honored that they would even think of our nonprofit to donate to. I'm truly honored. Like Gotta Stop of Hilldale, West Virginia, Mr. Gilbert, he donated to our backpack drive. And I'm super happy, you know, that all of our community just stepped up when we went and asked. No hesitation whatsoever. So I'm thankful to our community. Thank you, because we have got some phenomenal businesses in Summers County, like phenomenal. Al from Hinton Hardware, he donated us this big, beautiful toolbox full of tools. So, I mean, the veterans are gonna get that for their free raffle. Like, it's a whole toolbox full of tools.
And everyone can use a toolbox, right?
Yes. And that came from Hinton Hardware in Hinton, West Virginia, from Al and his family. So, you know, we're truly blessed to have the businesses that we have and the families that we have in our community. And I'm truly honored to be a part of the Summers County community. Because, like they say, Summers County strong. And that's where we are, Summers County strong.
And so giving and thoughtful of others and giving back to the community.
Yes, and I'm amazed. Some of our families, they may not have a lot, but they are willing to come out, donate a pack of pencils, donate a color, you know, a box of crayons. I mean, and I'm truly honored to think that, you know, no matter what their situation is, they were still, you know, felt compelled to come and help us. So I'm really thankful for that.
That means a lot. So let's talk again about admission. Should people purchase tickets in advance? I know you said that you're limited to 100 people. How do people go about getting their tickets? Is it at the door? Is it ahead of time?
You can purchase tickets you can email me at my email, which is alajha0106@gmail.com for ticket purchase, or you can purchase them at the door the night of the event.
Okay, is it cash only plus the 5 cans, or?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you get your cash. Go to the ATM and get your cash. All right, wonderful. Rihanna, what's next for your nonprofit? It sounds like there's just like a lot of great things looking ahead to the future. Let's talk about the short term and then looking ahead down the road 5-10 years from now.
Well, we've got some events that we're going to be doing every year. This is our back to school drive. And then we will be doing a little Halloween party. We'll be doing 3 major events and 1 little event every year. We'll be doing a little Halloween party that the children can come to, and they can get a bag of candy. They can have a costume contest and get to dance and have a safe place to come for Halloween night. And then the canned goods, because it's going to be 1 canned good per admission, and we will take those canned goods and we're going to use those for our Christmas toy drive, because we intend to give away toys again. Because last year I had volunteered with the Salvation Army and the Sheriff's Department to help to give back for the toy drive last year. So this year we're going to be hosting a Christmas party of our own. through our nonprofit, where the kids will get to come have dinner with Santa, catered by Mission Barbecue. Santa will read the night before Christmas. They'll get to have cookies with him. The kids will get to pick, at that Halloween party, the kids are going to put down on a list the 4 gifts they really want. And we're going to guarantee they get 2 of those. And then they're going to put down 5 gifts that they really want, but if they don't get, they're okay with.
Yeah.
And when they come to the Christmas party, they will get those 2 gifts, 2 of those 4 that they really wanted. And then we will have a boy's side and a little girl side, and they will get to pick 4 gifts from that's the boy's side or the girl's side, whatever one they want, and get to go home with those that evening. So it's going to be a nice little event for them for Christmas. And then we're going to, for my father's birthday, because he was an avid Harley rider, we're going to have a Harley ride out on his birthday, April 4th. And then April 3rd, we will be hosting a golf tournament.
Wonderful.
And we'll be giving scholarships away at that. And we'll also be giving the kids who get the scholarships, we're going to give them laptops with a book bag full of school supplies, because we want to set our kids off right. If they go to college, they need book bags, they need supplies. And most people don't realize that when you go to college, you need a laptop.
Right, and those things add up.
Yes.
I mean, they may seem little, but the books, the laptop, and everything, the gadgets that kids need these days, that money adds up.
Yes, it does. And for a parent, when you're a single parent, it can be a burden,
Yeah.
you know, because you're trying to figure out where you're going to get that because your child needs it. So if we can ease that burden for, you know, just one family in Summers County, then we did okay.
And you said your father was a Summers County resident, right?
Yes, he lived here up until the day he passed away.
And what was his name?
Henry A. Gentry III.
All right, and that's who the nonprofit is named after, right?
Yes, it is. It is named exactly after him because we wanted to carry on his legacy of love and kindness.
And what would your father say if he could see everything that's coming together, looking ahead to the event in Hinton on Monday and all the other things that are planned? What would he say to you?
He would probably, honestly, I don't think he would say anything. I think he would just stand there and see everything and everyone coming together to help each other. And I think he would smile.
Yeah.
Because it would truly make him happy to see everyone come together to help each other out.
Yeah, and this is a way to carry on his legacy and what he lived for, right?
Yes, it is. It is. It truly is a way to carry on his legacy forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have one more quick break to take, Rihanna, and we'll have more to talk about. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to this edition of In Focus, everyone. We really hope that you do come out to this event Monday night in Hinton. We've been talking with Rihanna Jackson about it. But again, Rihanna, the event is happening Monday night, 6 to 9 p.m., so 3 hours of fun.
Yes.
A catered dinner.
Yes.
Music by Chucky Ray Lilly, who is fantastic, by the way.
Yes.
And we do want to mention that this is happening, again, if you missed it, Willowood Country Club. That's at 171 Elks Drive in Hinton. Open to anyone. 5 canned goods and $25 to show up. So just bring your cash and you
Yes,
can...
that's for our first responders, our veterans,
Yes.
and EMTs. It's $30 plus 5 canned goods for general admission.
Okay, good. So
Yes.
general admission, $30 plus 5 canned goods. And if you're, like she said, a first responder, military member, veteran.
Active duty, nurse, doctor, EMT, firefighter, police officer, your tickets are $25 plus 5 canned goods.
Okay, again, you can show up at the door, but there's 100 spots limited. But if
Yes.
you're interested in getting tickets ahead of time, you can certainly do that. Let's share that email address again.
It's ALAJHA0106 @gmail.com.
Perfect. And Rihanna, you seem like you've really put a lot of thought into this, and you just have like a heart for giving back to the community. Can you share with our viewers a little about your background, maybe as a military spouse, and some other things you've done? Because you seem like you're all in with this event and planning ahead too.
Well, first off, I have to say it is not just all me.
Yeah.
There is a ton of people that have helped me to make this event possible.
Takes a team.
Yes. So I cannot take full credit for that, because I have always found there is no I in team.
True.
Whatsoever.
No, there
like,
isn't.
I have never seen it in any way spelled,
No,
okay?
there's no I in team.
So to make an event like this happen, you have to have people around you who support the same idea and have the same end goal as you. And I am very fortunate. I have my sister, I have my mother, I have my cousin Rachel, who's retired Air Force, who has helped out with this, Command Sergeant Major. I have, you know, people who have stepped in. My good friend Belle Hurrah. I have friends who have stepped in and helped, so I have to, you know, give them credit where credit is due, because I did not do this alone. I did not by a long shot. So I do have to say, and thank you, Oliver of Mission Barbecue, for being my food sponsor. I truly, truly appreciate you for this. And I know you wanted to be here for this today, but you couldn't, so I had to give you a shout out for that.
All right, well, thank you, Oliver. Sounds like your food is going to be good, and everyone else that Rihanna mentioned, as she said, it takes a whole team to put together an event like this. And share a little bit about your background and how that's helped you get to where you are to give back to others.
Well, first off, I met my husband in high school and we got married right after I graduated, and he went into the Marine Corps. So I started, you know, involving myself within the military community and doing a lot of community work within the community, volunteering with the church and doing things, you know, within the military and the community as well. And over time, I fell in love with it. And, you know, like when we transitioned from the Marine Corps to the Army with Miss Thomas, I helped to start the summer lunch program there in Oak Grove. I helped to start the back to school program there. Also, for a little while, I was helping people who were getting transplants to get the funding that they needed, and helping them to, you know, make it to dialysis, make it to treatments, things like that that they've done. And along the way there, we also started a whole new program at the Sunday school as well. So I've done a lot of different things. When we moved to Westminster, Maryland, when my husband was stationed at Andrews Air Force Base, I volunteered with the Salvation Army there in Westminster, Maryland. And Nina Christian and Andrea Gill, they are very instrumental. They helped me last year as well with getting Christmas gifts for the children of Summers County, and they will help again this year. Those women are two angels in disguise. I mean, because last year when I went to them and told them, hey, we need some help, there was no hesitation. I mean, both of them women. And yeah, we had to make a trip to Westminster, Maryland, but them women helped to fill a trailer.
Wow.
So we were truly grateful. So
love to hear stories like that. Like people just giving back, truly.
Yes, and at my school that I attended, I worked within my aviation department, tutoring the kids that were coming, needing to learn English, you know, helping them the kids to get their GEDs there as well. So there's a bunch of different programs that I've been involved in. I'm also involved within the P2K Honor Society because I am a P2K Honor Society member. So I help out within that when I was in school. So I've had my hand in a bunch of different, you know, programs along the way. And I've done a bunch of different things. And, you know, it truly goes back to when I was a child. And my father was a manager for Safeway. And Safeway does Easter seals. And my daddy took me to those, me and my sisters, every event. We did not miss an event. And that's what got me started.
As a young girl.
Yeah, because I was 5, 6 years old, going to Easter seal events with my daddy, representing Safeway food stores with my father, and giving free food in the community, you know, helping out with the playground here and the development of it. And I grew up doing that, and I continued it on. And then when he passed away, we all got together and said, you know, let's start this because we want to carry on that legacy of love and kindness. And what better way to do it with a nonprofit that focuses on what he loved most, our veterans, our first responders, our low-income families, you know, because he was always donating. He was always giving back. So, you know, like they say, your children are sponges.
Yeah,
What they see is what they will do.
Right.
And because I grew up seeing my father doing that and giving back, and that was what he stood for and what he represented, that is what I want to represent, and that is what I want to carry on, and that is what I want to demonstrate to my children. And that is why I take my children to all of my events. Like when I do my Christmas parties for the orphanages through the Salvation Army, my children are right there with me. You know, my 20-year-old daughter, she just left for active duty boot camp. She graduates next week from Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That was my face painter. So I have no face painter now since she left me.
You need to recruit her once in a while, come back.
I know, but she's at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, so I can't.
No, not an easy way to get her back. But
I mean, I've taken my children to all these different events with me, and they've seen me do it. So my children are now carrying on that legacy. So it has created a ripple effect.
yeah, definitely. We're almost out of time here, Rihanna. But again, let's share your email one more time in case anyone had any more questions or they wanted to go ahead and get those tickets if they missed it earlier.
ALAJHA0106@gmail.com.
All right. Rihanna, I want to thank you for coming in and just sharing some fantastic information about this event in Hinton.
Oh, thank you. I'm truly honored that you had me come in and let me talk about it because I'm truly happy that we were able to do this and start it.
Yeah, well, thank you. We'll follow up with you with other events, but we've run out of time for this segment. That does it for us. We hope you all have a great day.